welcome back to Board Game Co. I'm Professor Meg.
I'm Alex.
And today we have a haul. That's right, we went to Gencon, and Alex decided that for his video, he wanted as many games in it as possible, so he said, Meg, do you want to show off your haul as well? And I said, I was going to show off my own haul, but sure, Alex, you can show it off too.
The timeline and sequence and everything throughout the story is completely made up, but past that, this is going to be a lot of games. So we're going to go into a lot of games. You can
some
already,
other things.
And some other things. And some other things. There's like this.
Yeah, let me start off. This is a t-shirt from Ginny D. If you guys know who she is, she makes a lot of content on YouTube for Dungeons & Dragons and things like that. And I am obsessed with her. I am a Patreon for her. And this is a new merch item that she had. And I am very excited. I also brought home this Jersey Devil, who is adorable. That's all.
Cool.
That's all.
Cool. Anyways, yeah, we're going to have a lot of games to show off in this haul. And a few caveats up front, a bunch of things just to note to get out of the way. First of all, while a bunch of things over here have been bought and purchased, I would say the majority of the games over here are review copies that have been given to review, which, make no mistake, it's a homework assignment, but it's a homework assignment that we're very grateful for and very appreciative of. Because there's going to be so many games we're showing off, I want to be very, very clear. There are some people who come home with 40 games from Gen Con and they paid for those games 100%. I think those are usually the minority of people. Large hauls, especially from content creators, are often going to be review copies, and just to set that realistic expectation of what Gen Con is or isn't like, or how much money it is reasonable to spend on board games. There's going to be a lot of games to go through here. I'm going to talk through, I think some of them are ones that you're excited about, some of the ones that I'm excited about, and some of the ones that are ones that we're both excited about. Some that are going to be covered by me, some of them are going to be covered by you, some of them are going to be covered by us on, between Board Game Co., Professor Meg, all that stuff. Yeah. We'll be going into a lot, but as we go through things, I'm going to talk about each one, or we'll talk about each one, and why we're excited about that particular game. Except in a small handful. There's a small handful where I think neither of us really know necessarily why we're excited about. It might have been, just handed to us at some point. But usually I try to be diligent about not taking those copies on. Usually there's enough games to play that I want to play that I don't want to dive into the rabbit hole of things that I don't care about playing. But with that, let's go ahead and start off. Do you have any particular pile you want me to start with? Because there's a lot.
Gosh. I think we should start with the middle pile because that's the best one to structurally and then start putting the little ones on top.
Sure. The middle pile is actually going to start with one that's already been played. This is Dixit Disney. You like to talk about Dixit?
Yeah. So Dixit is a game that I thought I hadn't played, but I guess I did with Alicia back at PAX East. Once I started playing, I was like, oh yeah, I have played this. But this one is all Disney version. And are we doing top cam?
We do the top cam.
Okay. This one has Disney Meeples, and it's just cute. It's just fun. Oh no, they all got moved out. Uh-oh. Do we have to fix this
live? She says, oh no, they got moved out. I literally just didn't put it back correctly because I didn't care.
I thought I put it back.
Yeah, it's been played since then. Yes.
Can you help? I don't even know where they go.
Well, first of all, I want to note, look at the pile of games and think about mentally how much time you want to spend on each game here.
Sure.
Opening games was not in my list of things to do.
Check out these Meeples, though. They're so cute. Anyway, what Alex
Where's the extra Meeple back?
I know, I agree.
Okay,
I thought about it when we started doing this. Alicia from Asmode, she gave me a pack of the extra Meeples, but yeah, I'm not sure where they are. So
I think it's code for I'm not getting those. Go ahead.
However, Alex and I didn't have anyone else to play Dixit with us at a particular time, so I decided to develop a two-person rules. It worked pretty well.
It's not bad. It's a little finicky.
Yep.
But it does functionally give you the Dixit experience.
It's fun.
But with that, I'll go ahead and grab the next one over here, which is Dorf Romantik, the video game. That's not true.
The video game.
Well, this is a video game. Did you know that?
No.
So the Dorf Romantik is the Spiel des Jahres winner. I believe it's Spiel des Jahres winner, if I'm not mistaken. The logo's not on the box yet because that's only just a recent thing. This is from Pegasus Spiel. I believe it is originally based on a video game, if I'm not mistaken. Does it say? Graphics and the warnings, Pegasus Spiel. The board game is based on Dorf Romantik, the award-winning video game from Germany's Tucana Interactive. There we go. So yes, definitely based on a video game. I've seen the video game before. I have not played it. The board game I have not played. I just know that it's supposed to be very accessible. It's so Spiel des Jahres is an award that I've actually given a bit of a hard time to in the past about the nature of how they often select games that aren't really the games that the hardcore gaming audience cares about, meaning it feels disconnected from the main people playing games, although caveat, main is always a relative term. But either way, Dorf Romantik, though, I do feel this one does feel very much like a Spiel des Jahres winner. It feels like a Ticket to Ride. It feels like Cells of Catan. It feels like that kind of, accessible, light, just enough strategy to be compelling, but not so much strategy to be overbearing. I am excited to dive into into this one. I don't know much about it, but anything to do with tile laying usually is compelling. But I'm excited to play this one. That's Dorf Romantik.
And this was a demo copy.
This is a demo copy. Yeah, a bunch of these demo copies in general. If a publisher has demo copies,
Do we want to say every time?
No, when it comes up. When it comes up, okay. I'm not overly worried about it. But either way, what do we have next? We have Almost Innocent.
Now this was a Kickstarter that you covered, right?
This was a Kickstarter over here. This one is a Kickstarter that I covered. This one I covered it back in the day. It's from Colossal Games, and it's kind of a deduction game to a certain extent as you're trying to ask players questions. You have this boards over here and these various puzzles. You're asking players questions to get to the right answer. So you'll have things like, oh, how many things do you have in that row? How many things do you have in that column? Very deduction based. It was a fun game. I've actually not been a chance to play with the deluxe version yet. This will be my first time being able to do that, and that's...
Yeah, when you had the prototype, this was one that I was interested in playing, and we never had time.
Interesting.
But the characters are so cute.
Yeah, the art is from
look.
the same artist who did Hidden Leaders. Have you seen Hidden Leaders?
No.
I think it's Raphael Stockton, if I'm not mistaken. Does it say that on the board? I can't see.
I don't know.
It's too far away by now. Moving on to the next one. I'm very excited about this one. This is Revive from Aporta. Yes, upside down. This is Revive from Aporta Games.
What a beautiful cover.
Have you seen the back of the box over here?
No, I don't know anything about this.
Yeah, this one. So I actually meant to play this one at Dice Tower West. At Dice Tower West, they had Revive in the Hot Games room. Well, there's more where that came from.
There's more where that came from.
Ish, somewhere on this table. I don't know where it is. Probably in another stack.
Okay.
We have the expansion for it somewhere. Either way, we have Revive and the expansion for Revive, but this one is, I read the rules at Dice Tower West hoping to play it. Sadly, did not get a chance to play it, so I have the rules from like 4 months ago in my head. We'll see if that holds up or not. I'm not optimistic, but the general idea is Euro stuff. You have like tiles. You're gonna be moving up the chart. You're gonna be on this map down here. There's gonna be things you do over there. I've fully read the rules in this. It was 4 months ago and followed by not playing the game, which is always hard.
Doing things and making stuff
This is currently an 8.2 on Board Game Geek, which is a very solid degree of reviews. And by the way, something I should also say, it's very heavy. Something I should say is over the next several months, one of the things I want to talk about in this video is over the next several months, as I clear through a whole lot more review copies and whatnot, you expect to see 1 or 2 more reviews per week just so I can stay ahead of the game. I currently put out like 5 reviews a week. That number might jump to 6 or 7. I'll have to figure out where they are, but usually you'll see the bulk of reviews on Tuesday, Saturday, and then some on Wednesday. I don't know exactly how I'm going to manage it, but we already have more gameplays coming to the channel. There's going to be more reviews coming to the channel, so we'll have to figure out where. I don't know where, but somewhere. Somewhere there's going to be more videos.
Somewhere.
From there, we have Atlantis Rising Monstrosities over here. Atlantis Rising Monstrosities, this is coming to you from Elf Creek Games, and this is the expansion to Atlantis Rising. So I already have Atlantis Rising. This is going to be giving you a bunch of modular expansions, if I recall correctly. Also includes an improved solo mode and new content for 1 to 3 players.
Lovely.
Which is great, because that means it's easier to dive into it starting off the bat. Have you played Atlantis? You did play Atlantis Rising. I taught it to you.
Yeah.
A long time ago.
I was okay with it. We played a very large player count. I think we played with 5
players.
Yeah, so that I think maybe affected the experience, but overall it was a fun game.
Yeah, I don't think it's best at 5 players at all. I think it is better at 2 or 3 players. I have not...
There were just so many voices when I was playing that it was a little...
Yeah.
You should be doing this and that for more experienced people. And
Atlantis Rising is a game... It's actually one of the first videos on my channel was Atlantis Rising versus Pandemic. I'm just picking and choosing between them. And I like Atlantis Rising a decent amount, but I am very excited. It's one of those games that for me is on the cusp of keep or not keep, which very often for me an expansion will make the difference on that one. And so I'm excited to see what the expansion does, but that's Atlantis Rising from Elf Creek Games.
Yes.
From there, one of the games we're most excited about this one is going to be...
My Island.
When are we playing this one?
Oh no, I thought something was stuck to that. I don't know.
Because the when is the question. So, My Island, My City is a game that we've both very much enjoy, and My Island is one that I know we've both been excited about. You've heard us talk about in many videos, in PAX Unplugged, in Gencon, all these different things. What?
I got my own copy.
I know you did.
I wonder if we could stream it.
Stream? Maybe Camp Co-op's back on. Camp Co-op might be back on. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. I would totally do that.
That's intriguing.
I think we could do it. Right?
Alright, cool. For context, for those who don't know, we stream over on Camp Co-op. We've been streaming Gloomhaven a lot. We have not finished Gloomhaven. We're very close. We've been kind of just pushing things off because of convention season and busy stuff. But this is a light enough game.
I now have a setup like this. I have a top-down camera and things like that that
Campers
we may
will
be
be
able to stream.
Campers will be happy.
I know.
Anyways.
It's My Island. We should do it before the end of the summer.
I'm happy to start that as soon as you want. Or earlier in Discord today, people were asking when we're starting to stream again.
There you go.
And I was like, never. Never, ever.
Never?
Ever. From there we have a prototype. This is Aberration. This is a prototype from Ghostfire Gaming. This is designed by, this is the art, if you want to see that over here. Let's show all the people over here. There's a whole separate box of miniatures that I don't have, that this doesn't fit into this over here. Ghostfire Gaming is primarily an RPG company, but they're branching out into board games. This is by Peter Lee, the designer of Lords of Waterdeep. So there's some major cred behind this one. I believe it's a cooperative tower defense game. I believe. Don't quote me on that just yet. But I like the art. I like Lords of Waterdeep. And I'm very excited to dive into a tower. It says tower defense. So you can quote me on that. It says tower defense game of horror and survival. I'm feeling very comfortable with that right now. But yeah, I'm very excited to dive into this one. This one, I have to double check. I'm not sure. We might be doing, this is one where you might be doing, so Magda in general, you're doing the preview content on the channel a lot, as well as gameplays, and that might be a gameplay, it might be a preview, it might be both, I don't know, we'll find out. But more content will be coming on that one.
Spooky.
And from there, let's dive into another
module. Do you know when their project is?
Mid-September.
Mid-September?
Mid-September.
Okay.
I actually do know, yeah. But mid-September means, whenever you have a non-date, so mid-September is very different than September 17th. Mid-September means, we'll see.
It's coming.
Yeah, it's coming. But either way, this one is yours, actually.
Yes! This is a game that I have wanted for so long. I'm sure a lot of you know it. It's called Meeple Circus. It's one where you're trying to do circus balancing acts with different types of meeples and stack them on top of each other for points. And I've always wanted to play it, and now I will.
You know who was excited to see it on the table?
Who?
Ricky.
Aww.
She was like, oh my gosh, you got it back. I'm like, nope.
No.
Nope, I didn't.
We'll have to play it with her.
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, that is that. And then from there, we're going to go to one that I'm incredibly excited about. I've been excited about this one for a long time. I should have coverage in this, I imagine, by next week. Actually, I don't even know when this video goes up. But by next week, I should have coverage in this one because...
Imminently.
I'm incredibly excited.
Tesseract.
This is Tesseract. Tesseract from what's it called? Smirk and Dagger Games.
It's crazy. I spun the thing with the dice on it.
What's the crazy part?
It's just, I think
Wobbly?
it's going to be, well, not like in a bad way, but in a exciting way.
It's not a dexterity game, it's also worth noting, not in the slightest. It's all about trying to manipulate this little cube over here to take these dice off the board as you go through it. I believe it plays well solo, I believe it plays well cooperatively. It's a cooperative game in general, and this is one that I am very, very excited for. That's all I'm saying. I'm very excited for this one. I've been excited for a long time. I backed this one at the full metal dice and whatnot. This is a review copy that I sent out earlier to get this one covered. Very excited for this one, and this one that I assuming I like it in any way, I'll be taking this one, putting it up into the level up library, or alternatively, you can have this one or whatever, while I take the definite, ooh, and they have Diced. They have Diced tutorials in it as well. Diced, a fun app, so I'm going to check that out as well. But Tesseract, very excited for this one. I've been excited for this one. If I had to pick between this or My Island, I don't know which one I'd pick first. And am I getting notifications? I'm getting, like, constant buzzing. I don't know if it's my phone or not.
So you're drafting the dice?
I don't know exactly.
Drafting. I
Your
hope you are.
dice manipulation game, your team will disarm by taking cubes off Tesseract, adjusting their values, and transferring them between labs. So you're trying to place them onto your own personal boards. You're using powers and abilities to make sure you can take them off in the right order. Very much a puzzly manipulative game.
Now, since you mentioned it, Alex, can I derail us for a minute?
Oh, please. You can derail for at least a minute.
I've heard about Diced for, like, game tutorials, but I've never used it. Have you used it?
I have not used it. I remember hearing about it a long time ago for, I want to say even Blood Rage, maybe, or maybe it was Rising Sun. I don't remember. I remember it was a long time ago I heard about Diced. I've never actually utilized it. I don't know if it's a paid app anymore or if it's an ad-based. I think it's ad-based if I'm not mistaken. But either way, I'm not entirely certain, but I might dive into that.
If you try it, let me know. Or if anyone has tried it, let us know in the comments what you think of it.
So I tend to be a huge fan of rules, like physical rules. I find anything outside of physical rules, and I kind of don't love the experience as much. I find they're good assets in addition to the rules, but we'll see. I might try it, I might not. I mean, yeah, I think it's a short rule book. Short relative. But yeah, that's stack one down, which means we have so many more stacks to go through. Where do you want to go next?
I think we should keep doing big boxes.
Big boxes.
So maybe move some of that stuff and then do the stuff under it.
Okay. So, we're going to move some stuff over here. We're going to do a few small boxes because they're just on top, and that's just the way it's going to be. We're going to have Fika over here. Fika is from 21st Century Games. This is a small box game that is has you simulating a cafe. You're going to have like these little cafes that you're between players, and you're basically playing cards. You have a certain number of cards that you know are in place. So there's 3 suits, I believe, and 6 numbers, so maybe it's 18 cards. That sounds right.
Oh, it's very cute, the little row.
Yeah. So I think there's 18 cards. So there's numbers 1 through 6, and then there's 3 different suits. That's what I think it is. And from those 18 cards, I can't remember the exact amount, but you can have 3 on a sideboard, like 2 out of play, and then like 5 in each hand, something like that. So most of the cards are in play at any time. If you play games like Air, Land, and Sea, it's going to have that aspect where most cards are in play. But then you're trying to manipulate the scoring of the cards, because cards have abilities and scoring, and depending on how you play them, you're trying to basically structure your cafes to have the most points. It's a fun little, it's a clever coffee break. Have not played it. It is on BGA if you want to try it there as well. That's from 20th Century Games, and we'll be talking about that one more later.
Okay.
Then we have Splitto.
Splitto.
Do you know what Splitto, Meg?
I think so, but now I don't know.
I barely do. We got shown
Maybe
it
I'm
briefly.
wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, this one was shown briefly at the 20th Century booth over here. But you can have these cards that have scoring conditions, and it's actually a little similar to Fika. You have scoring conditions and abilities, if I recall correctly. And each round, you're placing a card between you and the players on either side of you to help each other meet the objectives. And has a little bit of a Castle of Mad King Ludwig between two Castle of Mad King can get scoring.
Yeah,
have you
that's what I
played
remember.
between two castles or either of those?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I like that system of trying to balance different scoring objectives. It depends on how the game balances the scoring. You need to make sure you're evenly structured, but I'm definitely intrigued by it. I like small box games.
Share
in general.
everything but the victory.
That's true. Then, another one that I'm very excited for is Mythic Mischief Volume 2.
Look at that purple box!
I don't think I'm allowed to touch this. I think Austin said I can no longer touch these boxes.
Why, because you'll break what's in it?
Because I break what's in it.
Yeah.
Because I break the miniatures.
Yeah.
This is High Stakes Hijinks. This is Volume 2 of Mythic Mischief, giving you more factions to Mythic Mischief, a game that my favorite game from Ivy Studios by far, from Ivy Games by far. They have a bunch of things. They have Fractured
Can
Sky.
I open this one?
Sure.
Just keep talking.
I'm actually curious what's in it, because I don't know what the game plan is as far as what they're putting out in terms of the miniatures, or I think they had some like really cool painted miniatures in the videos, but I assume that's just for the prototypes or whatnot. It's not prototypes. I assume it's just for their production copy. Display or whatnot. Let's find out. Now, if you break the miniatures, actually just be like, oh, I love that. You just dropped the box.
Stop!
Okay, let's go through the factions. We're gonna take a second for Mythic Mischief over here.
Yeah. So, we got the gnomes, my gnomies.
They're your homies.
Yeah. The fairies. The gargoyles. I love this one.
Yeah.
His little headset on. And the werewolves.
New werewolves indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 more factions for Mythic Mischief. If you enjoy Mythic Mischief, this is more Mythic Mischief. And they also have a garden maze, so no painted miniatures, anything broken. Austin,
There's
it's her fault.
also, this guy's different.
That is instead of the
He's a shovel?
Yeah, he's a groundskeeper. Oh, he looks really cool. I like him a lot. Look at this guy. Look at this. We got a little groundskeeper over here from Mythic Mischief.
So, look at these guys. They come like this. So
They have
I
hedge
think,
mazes instead of walls. Yes. Yep.
So cute. I'm very hyped.
We're not going to do every single faction, right?
No, just the fairies. Just the fairies.
Just the fairies. Very cool.
Alright.
Yeah.
I'll put it back.
We have to figure out when we're playing this too. Add this to the list. Lots of things to cover. This is a campaign that is
Maybe we'll play it later this month.
I want to say late August or early September, if I'm not mistaken. I think early September is when the campaign is. We'll figure it out. There's lots of games to play. Never enough time.
Okay, 2 and 2.
2 and 2. Okay. Put them in, and then just put the stuff away. And then we got the cover. It's just over here. We got a cover. Look at the beautiful green rocks. I don't know what we're doing here.
Look at the green.
It's like, because it's like green. It's groundskeeping. It's Mythic Mischief in the grounds. Like, this is like, if Mythic Mischief was Harry Potter, this is like, you know, the Order of the Phoenix, because things are about to go down. Not wrong book. Goblet of Fire. Goblet of Fire. Goblet of Fire. The hedge maze at the end.
I was like,
wrong
what?
book. Wrong book. Voldemort just came back. It's all good. Oh my box. This
Spoiler
box.
alert.
So, fun fact about this box. You know what's funny about this box? We know what's surprising about it? What's surprising about it is, here you go. It's heavier than it looks, right?
Oh my god, it's 10 million pounds.
But it's heavier than it looks.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Sea of Thieves from Steam Forge Games.
There's
they have
a lot of punch boards.
This is a sandboxy adventure, obviously Sea of Thieves, based on the video game.
Can I open this one too?
You're joking.
I just want to know why it's so heavy while you're talking. You're
It's
talking
cardboard.
anyway.
This is...
You're talking anyway.
Yes, but we had to slow down so we could... Whatever. Yeah, it's not how
No.
hold
You
a
can
knife.
do the next one while I'm still looking at this.
Sure, let's pretend it's going to work. Anyways, this is Sea of Thieves from Steam Forge Games. I had a chance to play this one at Gamma, actually, so I've already played it briefly. Didn't do a full game, but got a demo of it showing how it works and all that stuff. It's an easy enough one to dive into. I think like many sandbox games, I think I would enjoy this most at 2 or 3 players. The question is whether 2 players has enough interaction. Anything more than that.
I didn't realize this was Rareware.
Yeah, that's Microsoft.
Didn't
they own
realize.
that.
I don't play this game. So.
I do not either play the game. I'm going to pause now while you...
Let's see.
I can't open the next game while you're doing this.
Yeah, I guess it is just all these.
It's just cardboard.
Okay, I just wanted to see the
No,
excitingness.
you see it. Show off the stuff, by all means.
See the sea.
Sea of Thieves. Yeah.
See it.
See. Anyways, the next one is one that I know very little about, Meg. Maybe you know about this one.
Nope.
This is Waffle Time from AEG. So AEG, they do press meetings in general, which means a few of the games. I mentioned earlier that some of the games I don't
We should
necessarily...
probably do all of those now.
What?
All the ones that were in this pack. This bag.
I don't think the games are stacked that way.
I think that they're right there. No? Yeah.
The games are stacked that way.
AG.
It's stacked that way. Waffle Time. This is from AEG. AEG does a press meeting at Gen Con every year where they showcase the things coming up, and then sometimes you walk away with some of the things that they're looking for coverage on, which does mean that some of the AEG stuff are the few things I'm not as excited about. Some of them I am. Like Waffle Time I actually am to a degree, because it looks easy to play. One of the big things about these games, and as we go through this, a big thing for me as I pick games, you'll notice this as you go through things, that the one category that's missing here are heavy Euro games. Because heavy Euro games take so much time to properly play and properly cover. You need to get multiple plays in. Of all games, you need to get multiple plays in, but they take so long that you might have like maybe one or two in that category here, not a lot. I usually go for games that are easier to table and easier to get played, and Waffle Time very much falls into that category.
Making me hungry. It looks like you're getting different toppings, like banana and whipped cream and blueberries and stuff, and you're just making your waffles.
Yep.
I want bacon.
Perfect bite. Bacon. Yeah, I'm going to go for the bacon. 100%. Oops. From there, though, we have the stack of the other things that they have, which, again, some of these I've actually played already, making coverage on these easier.
Yes.
Point City, maybe you'll cover this one, because I've already covered Point City on my channel. So I cover this doing the crowdfunding campaign. This is from Flat Out Games, and they have, you're basically, it's a Splendor kind of tableau builder. Do you know about the game at all?
I've never played any of the Point games, like Point Salad, Point City.
Point Salad's very different.
Okay.
Very different. Completely different games. Point City is Splendor in the sense that you're taking cards and you're going to be laying up your gems, so to speak, which make more cards affordable. But in the past, that you're trying to grab cards in the center to build out cards to get as many points as possible. That's all it is. It's very Splendor adjacent. If you like Splendor, Point City is a fun time, but I've already covered that one. Then we have Number Drop over here, which Number Drop has you, surprisingly, dropping numbers into a grid. Think a roll and write Tetris-y game over here. So you can see how you're kind of dropping these down to the grid, scoring points. I've actually played a game like this before.
This one looks really intriguing.
Yeah, I'll play it. I played a game called Tetris once before. That was, I think it was called Tetris. What?
Do you mean the actual Tetris?
No, a board game.
I thought you were making a joke.
No.
I think I played something like this before. I think it was called, like, Sudoku?
I think it was called Tetris. I don't remember if it's straight up called Tetris. There was a very much a roll and write game that had that kind of vibe of numbers dropping that wasn't that great, so I'm a drop hesitant on that one. I'm excited because it's a roll and write and polyominoes. I'm less excited because the one game I've played before that was like that was a complete miss for me. Then we have Deep Dive. Deep Dive is one that I'm happy to cover this one. This is a push your luck as you go into the ocean. So you see over here how we have these different layers of the ocean. You're slowly revealing tiles in different sections as you go further and further into the ocean.
Oh.
Yeah.
I believe I might have demoed this at PAX East.
Yeah, so I had a chance to, I played like a half round of this. It's an easy one. I'll probably play it at some point and then cover it.
It seemed
cute. It's a cute game. I don't think I'm particularly charmed by it. And then we have one game, and I think literally from all the games, the game I'm least interested in is the Smash Up expansion over here. And the reason for that is because I don't know a Smash Up.
Yeah.
So, this can,
I have Smash Up the Cthulhu one. Do you not want me to put it over here?
It's a separate category. Okay. Nothing against AG. Smash Up is very popular. I just don't have Smash Up, so, what am I going to do with that?
Smash Up is a game that I really enjoyed, like, when I first... I don't know when I started playing it, maybe 2015, 16. And I played it then, and since then, it's just one I've moved on from.
I love the principle of it. I remember when I first played Smash Up, I was like, robot dinosaurs. But in practice, I just found the gameplay fell flat for me. Like, it's a hugely popular game, just not for me. From there, we got more. One game I'm very excited about is Tucana Builders. And this one I'm excited but intrigued because Tucana Builders is the sequel to Trails for Tucana, which is a role I still have. You can see it up there above Welcome To.
He's lying.
How dare you? I will get it. I'm not going to get it. Trails to Tucana is a roll-and-write game that I really enjoy, and Tucana Builders seems very different because there's no roll-and-write from what I can see here. This is a tile-laying game, so it's the same world but completely different, which means they're basically just trying to sell me by saying Tucana, and it worked. Yeah. But Tucana Builders from Porta Games...
Probably brought to you by the same team, you know. If you like the other one, you'll like this one.
I think you'd enjoy it. It looks charming. I don't know, but we'll see what happens there. Then from there...
Is it bad if I start blocking the light?
I mean, only if we can't see.
I'll go up to here.
Anyways, from there we have one that I know I'm excited about this one, but I believe you're more excited about it. So I'll let you talk. Whoa. It's actually Eila, not Eila.
I know I kept saying Eila.
Eila.
Eila and something shiny. This is one that I will hopefully be covering for the Board Game Co channel. We will see. But I believe I'm going to be playing it first.
You can. Perhaps. You can.
I'm very excited about this one. I want to play it. There's also a plush for it that if I enjoy it, I will get myself a plush.
Yeah. And this is from Ice makes, and then North Star is distributing it, basically. So that's the team behind it. They had a crowdfunding campaign. It's one they actually want to show Ricky as well, because it's a solo game. It's a straight up solo game. I think they say 1+, but I think it's like you make decisions together. But the thing about Eila is that you're making decisions. So you're like, oh, do you want to have coffee? And like you can say yes or no. But then that goes into your history, and you know those choices are there in front of you. So you start kind of building up this pattern of being able to anticipate the choices as you go through these days, chapter by chapter. It's very much a lighter, not legacy, but more campaign style game, a lighter solo campaign, but I've heard good things about it, and I'm definitely very intrigued by it.
I'm so excited.
From there, I guess let's start on this stuff over here, because we have just a few things over here.
Yes.
But we have Lorcana. This is the wrong side.
We have a bunch of Lorcana stuff that's not here for the video, because we're doing the best we can with our space and doing whatever to show you everything. So I have more packs and cards in the car, and pins, and lovely things. There's also a Maui playmat. Yeah,
you'll see a review, you'll see a first impressions of Lorcana on the channel, as well, or possibly already did, as well as a interview. You'll see an interview as well with the designer, so if you want to find more, Ryan Miller, yes, thank you. Ryan Miller? Yes, thank you.
Yeah, because he said, like the beer.
Yes. Oh, that's funny. But you're going to see more Lorcana content on the channel as time goes on. I'm going to be trying to get my hands on Lorcana, to play Lorcana, to build decks of Lorcana.
I'm very excited.
I don't know if it'll last.
I didn't think I was going to be excited, and then I played it, and I'm like, I am addicted now.
I've been excited since they showed the cards. I thought it's just the art and presentation was well done, and if they can just make a game that works past that, then I think Lorcana's going to be around for a long time. Yeah. My interest in Lorcana, we'll see, but I'm going to start off and see where it goes.
I'm very interested.
Okay, we got more games. Alright, we have That's Not a Hat, which is not really That's Not a Hat. This is more of a proto version, so you can kind of sample it.
Yeah, but this was just a sample thingy.
Yeah, That's Not a Hat. I don't know much about That's Not a Hat. I'm going to try the sample, though, because I've heard good things, also from Ravensburger.
Oh, do you want me to segue with a non-board game item?
Sure. I just have to finish talking about That's Not a Hat.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. You say that.
That's Not a Hat is a game where you're going to say, you're going to pass the card to someone and say, that is not a hat. And you're passing these cards around. I don't know a ton here, so I might lose the thread. But effectively, you're passing these cards around saying what it is or isn't, and then players are trying to keep track, but constantly forgetting things. So it almost seems like a cross between a bit of a memory game combined with the chaos of Cockroach Poker, which I love Cockroach Poker, so I am very much here for trying That's Not a Hat and seeing if it's a game for me.
I thought of Cockroach Poker right away.
Yeah.
When
I heard about it, you heard about it?
Yeah.
I want to play it. I do want to play it. We'll see.
Okay, guys, this is a non-board game thing.
That's not a board game.
I got this, and I'm so excited. So these were actually at Origins, and they sold out. So very first day on Thursday, I was like, I have to go and get these. I got this little jar for gummy berry juice. Can you do that?
Of course I can.
So I got this to go on, like, my mantle or something like that, but I just thought, like, it's handmade, and I'm so sorry, Alex, maybe you'll, want to put it in the description, but I can't remember the name of the people that make it. It's like a studio.
Is it on the bottom of the thingy? Is it on the little bottom? Is it by Pawley Studios?
Yeah, it is. Yes, Pawley Studios. Pawley, right? Pawley Studios.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute. It was a little paw. Now I get it. And then I also got myself this D20 mug that I think is just absolutely beautiful. I have like a collection of nice mugs like this that are handmade now. So I really wanted this one because I'm doing some more work on Board Game Co. And I thought it was Board Game Co. colored, so it'd be great for my previews and maybe the live streams. But yeah.
The blue,
so I got
yellow,
both of
and
these.
white.
I just thought they were so beautiful. Highly recommend them.
Yeah.
And they do a whole bunch of stuff. They do a lot of Harry Potter type things and
do they?
gamery things. Yeah, they had one that was like Felix Felictus or whatever. They had all different things. I can't remember now, but it was some of them were really funny. Like Skelegro, the thing that yeah. Polly just put, all those kinds of things.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, continuing down the train of things, because there is a train of things over here, we have Western Legends, the card game. Western Legends Showdown over here. This is a little two-player card game where you're going to be distributing a bunch of cards and trying to play them to effectively capture cards. So you can have 3 arenas in play, and you're just trying to play your cards more efficiently than the other player plays their cards, while you have the same decks, but they're...
Sorry, what is this?
Western Legends, the card game.
I don't think I heard about this.
It's Western Legends Showdown. It's a 2-player game. It has nothing to do with Western Legends at all.
Yeah, but this is like, I have a new obsession for wallet games.
Yes, I've found some fun ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, it has the art of Western Legends, and ultimately past that, the only thing is you're playing cards with abilities to try to capture zones. Each card has a way that they operate. Each zone has a way that it scores.
Do you hear about this going back?
No, not at all. Okay. Each zone has a way that it scores. I did have a chance to play this one. I think it's fun. I think it's charming. I don't think it's going to blow me away. Although I will say, we're going to talk.
Let me know.
we're going to talk about this in other videos. But one of the games I did play right after that, coming from either Colossal Malaga, I don't know exactly who, was a game that I loved. It's a 16-card game, and the way... It's like it's called something like the Royal Court or the Cursed Royal, the Cursed Court. I can't remember exactly what it's called. It's a name in progress because it's still, I believe it's coming out at Essen, but I love that game. Very much one of my favorite games I played at the convention. But we'll talk about that some other time. From there we have this one over here, Magic Rabbit. Can you sort the rabbits and hats in time for the show? This is from Alley Cat Games. I don't know a ton about this one. It's a bit of a matching game. I know that in general it's been winning some awards over here as far as being an accessible, kids-friendly game, and I like accessible, kid-friendly games because I play these games with my kids.
What is the age?
The age range says 8+, but you can never trust those things. They sometimes say whatever.
Yeah.
But like, I'm sure. I don't know. I don't know what age range. We'll find out.
Well, so fun fact about age things, which I think I've said before, but is great to say, is that it saying 8+ does not mean you need to be 8+ to understand it. It means that if you gave this to a group of 8-year-olds, they would be able to play it without an adult. So that's the youngest that someone would be able to run it.
Interesting.
Without an adult.
That's smart.
Do you
Makes sense.
Yeah, I've gone into this a bit because Brotherwise, I was asking them what their playtesting groups and how they determine age ranges, and it's so it's not
so the
me plus
part,
an 8-year-old. It's if you gave it to a bunch of 8-year-olds, could they play it?
The tricky part to make it more confusing is very often the age range. To get lower age ranges, you have to go through additional testing and stuff that costs money.
Yeah, because of the components.
So very often a game might say 14+ just because they don't think the target market is younger kids and they have to pay more to get it there. So it's just easier to say things are older.
Yeah, like if it has little plastic bits, they need it just to be able to say it's also safe for people that young to have. Whoa! It's open, that scared me. This is Sky Team. Sky Team, I was going to say Sky Team Captain, but it's Sky Team Prepare for Landing. So this is a game that I got to play at Gamma, and this is another demo copy that we were able to get. So this was selling out every day. They did great. It's very, very popular now, but we were able to grab a demo copy because I really wanted to teach it to Alex. I thought it was very charming. I loved playing this game when I got to see it. So I just thought, like, above anything, I was like, you need to experience this. I think it's so fun. So what did you think about it?
I thought it was fun. It's a cooperative game which you're trying to work together to 2 players, specifically only 2 players. You're trying to work together to land a plane. And you have to assign your dice and have a degree of communication, but also a degree of just kind of working with the other player and understanding how you're going to get things done. I thought it was very well done as far as giving you a 2-player experience, but the thing I'm more intrigued by is a bunch of modules and scenarios that are going to adjust how you actually play the game, which that's, to me, where I think the game's really going to shine, because as it was, I was both impressed by it and also feel like it's a game that I would play like 3 times and move on from. I don't think I'd play the base single scenario forever, so I'm happy that it evolves and gives you more things, and I'm excited to dive into those more things.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm going to put that one aside. And then we have House of Cats. House of Cats.
House of Cats!
Yes, this is another roll and write with polyomino shapes, which is very much a jam that I enjoy. From a Porter Games over here, you're going to be drawing polyominoes, you're going to be rolling dice, putting them into the house over here. The game of puzzly cats and dicey mice in the game. Fill your house with cats, mice, and dice from form rooms using numbers, then use the room special abilities to score the most points. No idea if I'll enjoy this, but it's very much a genre I enjoy, and so we'll see what happens there. Then Cosmoctopus. I've actually already reviewed this on the channel. This, I believe, is your copy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, just to derail again a little bit, Lucky Duck threw a party Wednesday night or Thursday night, one of the nights. It was one of the first nights. Of Gencon, and that party was so much fun, and they were giving out copies of Cosmoctopus, but also, I don't think I brought mine in. They were also giving out plushes of Inky, and that one was a trivia based, so you had to answer certain questions, and I got one at the very end. But this game is all about trying to summon Inky by gaining tentacles ahead of your opponent. I don't know. I'm getting lost because it's so cute.
There's 4 cards in the game. 4 cards, you're trying to get 8 tentacles, and each card type has a different way that they help you. Some cards are tableau building, they help your engine, like Splendor. Yeah, 4. Did I say 4 cards?
You said 4 cards, but
there are only 4 cards in Cosmoctopus. There are 4 cards, really and that's it. But the 4 cards are 4 types of cards. Are tableau building that helps you buy cards cheaper. Abilities that give you, like, when you do X, you get Y. Then you have cards that are the star charts, which are the ways you're going to be wandering around. The main ways you're collecting tentacles with these green cards.
You'll have this gridded map, and you're moving the purple guy around and getting these tentacles.
Yeah. Ultimately, it's the puzzle of how you efficiently manage your resources, play your cards, which cards sync well into the engine, trying to do that as you gather things. I very much enjoy it. I've enjoyed it. Super
charming. And can we go on the top down one more time?
Sure.
So, I just think it's very cute that this is the Lucky Duck logo, and special for Cosmoctopus, they did a purple version.
It's a purple
It's so cute! So that's all.
Yeah, it's Cosmoctopus. Now, one I'm very excited about. I've already punched and played it, and I found my Mickey card.
Is it hurt at all?
No. This is the one that was hurt.
Okay.
It's a Lorcana card. This was the one I heard. I put it between games to organize
I don't know why I'm
it.
taking that.
SpellBook. This is over here. I don't know where. Here we go. SpellBook. Some Space Cowboys. I'm very excited about this one from Phil Walker Harding. I like anything he does in general. And then the art and production over here just looks beautiful. Like, I just want to play this game. Its spells, its abilities, its things. Become the greatest wizard. This is one where the designer, publisher, and art are why I want this game. I've opened the rulebook to start reading it. Sadly, that's as far as I've gotten, but I assume I'll be diving into it shortly. Again, there's a lot of games that are easy to table here. I really prioritized that as I went through things. Yeah, I really prioritized that. I did decent there. Like, one game I actually did not pick up is, there was a... so Revive is actually going to be one of the hardest games to play as far as the most rules heavy as far as the games we picked up. But there's another game I specifically didn't that I'm blanking. Barcelona. I saw a lot of people barking Barcelona, but I have so many games. Like, it's a game I want to play, but I'm so backed up on heavy Euros that I'm picking and choosing my highest priorities.
It's tough.
Dogfight. Now, you've played Blitzkrieg or Caesar.
I believe I played both at this point.
Interesting. So, Blitzkrieg or Caesar from PSC Games originally. I believe Floodgate took over this line of games. I've played all three of these by now. I've played Blitzkrieg, Caesar, and Dogfight. Dogfight. Caesar replaced Blitzkrieg for me. I love Blitzkrieg. I like Caesar more. Dogfight, though, feels similar, that I understand why it's in the system, and yet very different to the point that I think I have room for this one in my collection, whereas this Blitzkrieg kind of got pushed out. But in the game, you're trying to just chasing each other around in a circle, and you're playing movement cards to predict how far you're going to move. And so depending on how far you move and which shortcuts you might take, you're kind of trying to get ahead of the opponents. You're trying to make sure you don't get in their line of sights by either going faster or decelerating or taking a shortcut. And it's all about outthinking your opponent while you still have 3 tiles behind your board. So you're limited in your agency, and with what agency you have, you're trying to outmaneuver your opponent in this 2-player game. I enjoyed it.
Now, I didn't love
Blitzkrieg
or Caesar. They were just not my kind of game.
Are you sure you played Caesar?
I feel like I did.
I don't think you played Caesar.
I
could be wrong.
Tower West?
If you played it at Dice Tower West, then...
I can't remember who I played it with, but I feel like I did.
Then maybe you did. Yeah.
Like, quickly when...
Very possible.
You were playing something else. I feel like I did. But either way, this one interests me more than the others, that if you're just chasing around this map and moving like that, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd be willing to give it a try.
It's one of those games, because I know you and I are similar in the sense that this theme doesn't pull us in.
Yeah.
Like, anything war-based. Like, Caesar is more ancient war, and that pulls me in more.
If I'm dropping a bomb on someone, I don't want to do it. If I'm dropping a fireball on someone, I am all about it.
I don't know why that is. It's just a weird thing. But it is true. Modern war, and it's actually, fun fact, you know that Lego, I think it's Lego, it allows itself to have as much of, war or fighting or spells or combat, but you're not allowed to have modern war in Lego.
I believe it.
They specifically don't want that, because it is a real thing. It feels more similar, so you're not allowed to have that. But so Dogfight to me, the theme doesn't do it for me, but the gameplay pulls me in. Then we have Marvel United. Speaking of things you can expect to get a review coverage on sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
A game that I already know, and I'm just diving into the new stuff. This is Spider-Geddon over here. So we're going to have, Superior Spider-Man, Anti-Venom, Spot. Go ahead.
I was going to say, one of them is my favorite spider.
Spider-Punk.
Nope.
Silk, yeah.
Cindy Moon, she loves Pokemon. I love her. She's Flip It Over.
Yeah.
She's the one that wears the mask.
The character likes Pokemon, or the actress likes Pokemon?
The character.
The character. That's fun. Yeah.
She's never been in a live action.
Never been the voice actress. I could pretend to say that.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I'm excited. I like Marvel United. I'm happily going to pull up in the box, possibly today. Start playing this right now. I don't know. It's an easy game table.
Maybe we should before I go.
You're only mixed in Marvel United, aren't you?
I know, but I really like Silk.
May not have time. We'll see. Either way, if we have time, we'll go for it. But either way, from there...
I think that you should start just putting those where the stacks were.
Oh, that seems reasonable.
Yeah,
you're running out of
because I'm kind of full up here. I'm trying to... Anything that's mine, I'm putting here.
So, Applejack. Applejack over here. This is from Stronghold Games, designed by Uwe Rosenberg, who is fantastic. He did Feast for Odin, as well as a billion other games. This is a clever tile-laying game. I have not played this one. I don't know much about this one, but I just know that in general, I appreciate Uwe Rosenberg. He has both lighter and heavier games that have their own different appeals in different ways, so I'm intrigued.
Applejack is one that we both got, and fun fact, it's also on BGA.
Is it?
It is.
Ooh. Age of Wonders Planetfall. Planetfall over here. This is coming to you from Hobby World. This is from Paradox Entertainment. This is based on the video game. This is Arcane Wonders, who does fantastic stuff. The game, I saw this people playing this at the convention, and it just looked beautiful set up on the table. I don't know a lot about the actual game. This is one where I'm diving into it more based on the visual appeal and trusting Arcane Wonders. So not a ton of information yet, but you can expect that to be changed at some point. And it's also coming to you from Hobby World. Arcane Wonders in general does their own stuff, but they also work with like Amiibo, Arcane. They work with Amiibo. I think they worked with Meeple BR for World
I have
Wonders.
No idea, but if you know.
Yeah, and then Hobby World as well. They work with a bunch of other companies. Then we have Ex Libris. Ex Libris, which is
Libris.
this is the base game and expansion, although it's a little bit more complicated. This is coming to you from Renegade Games.
This is a reprint.
It's a reprint, but more than
Revised
that.
reprint.
It's a revised edition of the original Ex Libris, where they took some aspects of the base game and put it into an expansion, and then they took some aspects of some new stuff and threw it into an expansion as well, and then they divided it up while tweaking some aspects of the game with beautiful art and production. And Ex Libris is a game in particular that I played it a long time ago and I enjoyed it, but I always felt like I needed to drop more, so I'm intrigued by it's a game about sorting your library. All you're doing in the game, let's see if we can do the base game over here. You're using various abilities over here, but you're ultimately grabbing books and you're trying to stack and arrange your library. So as you try to do things in order, you have to be mindful of how you organize your library, because if you like you see over here we have like H and the H and then J, M, P. You can't have things out of order. So you can start locking yourself into these orders and patterns as you organize your library, which is where abilities come into play. I'm very intrigued by this one. Not 1,000,000% sold because I've played the original, but I played the original and I saw enough promise that I'm intrigued, but I want to try and see what happens. We'll cover that at some point.
Can I do another non-board game
Take your
thing?
break. Go ahead.
Non-board game break.
It's not a board game
related. Super board game related.
Oh, this
Oh, you guys, it's so cool. I got this t-shirt. It's Townsfolk Tussle. It says, what, I don't feel so lucky. It's the little fish. And then dinner's served. So it's just really great. It's a great stinking shirt. Who was wearing it?
Sam, Lord of the Board.
Sam from Lord of the Board was wearing it, and it looked so good. I was like, I'm buying my own right now. So yeah, can you do the top down even to show the art? So you guys, let me know in the comments below. I think I already decided what I'm gonna do, but this being a white t-shirt, what do you think automatically?
Tie-dye.
I should tie-dye it. But it looks so great white as well that I think what I decided is that I'm going to wear this summer white, and then the beginning of next summer tie-dye it, or if I stain it at some point, I will also tie-dye it, but oh my god, I'm just so excited. Sorry.
Cool. Anyways, moving on.
I played Townsfolk Tussle at Origins?
No.
Origins.
No. Did you? Oh yeah, it was Origins.
With Andrew?
It was Origins. Yeah, that was Origins.
And Kirk.
Yeah.
And I quite enjoyed myself.
From there, we have Neotopia. Neotopia is coming to you from Meeple Games, Arcane Wonders, and Meeple Games, another publisher that they work with. I don't know a ton about this game. All I know is that Meeple Games puts out City of Spies, which is one of my favorite games.
Well, all I know is that it's not about Neopets.
And also, although...
I know.
Yeah.
Where is that? Do you know where that is?
I don't know where it is.
Okay.
But Neopets CCG is coming out, apparently. Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll find it. Maybe we'll do an end credit where it's just me and I'll show you that.
Maybe we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know a bunch about this game. I know it looks fun, and I know I like Meeple Games. They've also done Viral. They have good games behind them, and accessible games at the same time. Oh, look, then the game that plays with the most points wins, which means I basically already know how to play at that point. But yeah, no, I'm intrigued.
That is funny to put on the box.
Yeah, I do plan on playing this one. This is a 2 to 4 player game. It plays in about an hour, and I'm excited to dive into this one because of Meeple Games.
Do you want to just do those two things quickly? We got given water bottles. Press got given these, so anyone. But I got one from the OP, and Pandasaurus. They're both great. I really like the Pandasaurus one because it's orange. Alex?
Yeah.
Can you boop us?
Oh, sorry.
I like the Pandasaurus one because it's orange, but these are great for when I take my dog walking. It keeps the water really cool, and I would bring like 2 or 3 of these with me if it was a long day. But yeah, I really appreciate these.
Then we have one that's also from Matago. This is coming to you from Alan Moon, who's on Ticket to Ride. This is Alan and Bobby's Block and Guess. And it's from Alan and Bobby. Those are the designers. But Block and Guess, I don't know.
I love that.
Yeah.
I didn't see this one either.
Yeah, this is from Matago Games. It's a like a stacking game. Place a word card in the center of the table. Secretly draw a number card that will correspond to the word to be guessed. The opposing team chooses the 3 blocks to be used. Then guess the word using all the blocks. Even more fun with the construction card. So like I don't know exactly what's happening, but you're making players guess words using wooden blocks, which could be amazingly fun or could be a horrible miss. And I'm very intrigued to see which way that goes.
Yeah,
so
that looks
party
fun.
game here. Although a party game I did not come home with, I was trying to get, but they sold out right away.
Oh, Blob Party?
Blob Party
by
from
WizKids.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good, you guys.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Wanted that one. Then we have 2 over here. Speaking of games that sold
Hello,
out,
babes.
they had a game. Do you know what it was called? Remember that game with the logs and the Beaver Creek, maybe?
I think it was Beaver Creek.
Beaver Creek, from, what's it called? From 4 Fun Games, I believe is the name of the company. Is it 4 Fun? Yeah, 4 Fun Games. That's the kids division of CGS, Creative Game Studios. They have a kids division of kids games. We have Sleepy Cats and Rumble Jungle over here. Don't know a lot about either of these. These are just fast, fun games they handed out. But they also had Beaver Creek, which unfortunately sold out. I believe they were sending a copy for the cover on the channel. That one was actually, like, I saw, like, it's just a dexterity game as you create rafts and beavers and different rules. It's a game type that's been done before, but it looked well done, and I'm looking forward to that one. Then we have Photograph, which I know nothing about. Nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all we know. This is Photograph. This is also coming from Madigo Games. You're going to be choosing your subject, wind the film, snap the shot at the perfect moment. Which scene will turn out to be your perfect photograph? I don't know at all what the gameplay is like in this one. It's a small box game, and we'll see what happens there. Then Everything Ever. Do you know this game?
Yes, I believe Danielle and Grant and a couple other cool, fun people played it at Gencon live.
Okay. We're going to do, there's a basic idea of the game. The basic idea is you just do categories. So, for example, we're going to say every board game that has a pet on the cover. Go ahead, say something.
A pet?
A pet, an animal on the cover.
Okay. Mice and Mystics.
Mice and Mystics. Merchants of the Dark Road.
Are we doing only M's now?
No.
Okay.
That just happened to work out that way.
Race to the Raft.
Marvel United Guardians of the Galaxy. That's a raccoon.
Everdell.
Everdell, the other one's Far Shores.
Creature Comforts.
Cubitos. No, that's not true. Cubitos has a dog.
Haha, you lose.
I lose, fine, I lose. Yeah, basically, you keep going, trying to, you usually do everything. You're doing these categories. There's a little bit more to it as far as what you do, but the general idea is just you're doing all things in that category, and there's a rule of how you move to the next category and how you score points. I'm curious to be the actual implementation because I don't know if there's like a timer in play that stops it from being forever, because I can see a game like this being like just dear Lord, just stop, just move on to the next thing. I'm intrigued. I want to see the actual rules, but the principle, it says the game you've been preparing your whole life for. I imagine this is the kind of game I'll play once and then move on from. I don't think it's my type of party game. Party games I'm very particular of, but we'll find out. Speaking of very particular things that are party games.
This is Dumb Ways to Die, the card game.
Dumb Ways to Die.
It says with a QR code, scan in peace.
Scan in peace.
So this was a game that was given to me to cover, and it is a card game based on that song that Alex just sang. The creator was telling me that, in Australia, I guess, people kept jumping in front of trains, and so they developed that song, and it cut down death in Australia, or jumping in trains in Australia, or something like that, by like a certain percent.
It's like 60%.
Like 30 or 40%, yeah, something like that.
It's like a pretty big reduction.
Then I guess it's like the most successful PSA in existence.
Just for context, that means if in 1 year, 100 people jumping on trains, next year we only had 40 people jumping in front of trains. What a huge success.
Yes. We're doing great.
Doing great.
Yeah, so this is a cute card game based on that. That's just silly party style, where everyone is dying, and different things are happening to you.
Yeah, don't jump in front of trains, boys and girls. Do not jump in front of trains.
Yeah.
Anyways, from there we have a set of 2 over here. We have Boomerang, and we have Boomerang. 2 different maps for this one. This is another Madigo game.
Boomerang USA.
Whoa, Boomerang Europe and USA. Yes. Yeah, you're going to be wandering around, drafting cards, and creating your path and journey as you kind of like write and track where you're going around the board. It's a light and simple game. Been out for a while. Designed by Scott Alms, who's a fantastic designer. And I'll be again, easy game to check out, to try to play, and see where we go with that one. You see what I did there? Then we have one of very
I just double-checked that we were recording. I was like, we've gone through so many games.
The nice part about this is we'd be recording even on the cameras,
so
I just have to edit.
About that. Yeah,
I have to edit the top camera. It would be annoying.
Fair.
Robo Rally. This is the new version of Robo Rally from Renegade Games. From Renegade? Yeah, Renegade. This is basically a game which you're being programming out. You can have these pre-painted, I think it's pre-painted, little robots over here, and you're going to be playing down cards and resolving them in priority order as you try to race around the board, which means you perfectly plan that you're going to be moving forward, then left, then right, then do a U-turn, then move around. The problem is, if along that pathway you bumped into another robot, or someone's laser shot you, or any of those things happen, your next sequences are just completely out of order, because now you thought that doing a U-turn is the perfect move, but now that you're on the conveyor belt, you're actually wandering back to the start. It's utter chaos. It's been around for a long time, being reprinted many times for a reason. They already have a bunch of map packs out for the game. They have more things they'll be doing with the game in the future, but that's going to be Robo Rally over here. Gentle processing, start your microprocessors. You've played Mechs and Minions, right?
Yes.
So it has that similar style of vibe. Or if you've played Mountains Out of Molehills. Have you played that one?
No.
Yeah, so that's another. There's lots of games that have that programming mechanism. This is just one of them. Also, Quad Heroes has it as well. Lots of fun games have this, and I'm excited about Robo Rally.
All right, let me quickly mention, because I believe this is mine, and you can say this part, because we've already talked about it.
Sure.
You've already seen it on the channel.
Have you, though? Have you?
Have
We've done a
you?
full gameplay of Lost Winds of Arnak Missing Expedition. That's what it's called, yes. We will have more gameplays coming at some point, as well as reviews and first impressions.
So,
what's happening?
Shout out to Ivy Studio. I brought the bag up because they have these bags made as well, and these ones even have like a clip-on strap, and it was just so helpful to be able to carry these around.
I believe on their vlog, Ivy Studios, check out their vlog of Gamma. At one point, they had someone sit in the bag and then be lifted. I thought that'd be a
I want to do that now.
Of course you do.
So this is just the full complement
I am not telling you to test your IV bag by destroying it.
This is the full complement of Mythic Mischief. I will be playing Volume 2, and so I'm going to start practicing more with Volume 1. We have been teasing Austin in many a Board Game Co. video, and now I finally have my own copy.
Yeah, and this one is also a solo mode, by the way. Yeah,
Ooh.
there is. I think it plays better with more players, but there's a solo mode in case you want it. Lost Winds of Arnak. This is, I believe, your copy, because I already have a copy
This
of
is
this
my
one.
copy now. Alex got his before Gencon. Check out our playthrough on the channel if you want. We already played the first episode chapter. But now I have my own copy as well, because I love... Can I spoil it?
Spoil what?
My vibes.
Yeah, sure.
So I enjoyed the co-op version. I kind of had, we play co-op a lot, and I kind of had a hard time switching my brain to co-op for that. However, I loved the new leader. That this particular one with the monkey, I absolutely loved her, so I'm very happy to have her even for competitive games.
Yep. Then we have Starfighter's Rapid Fire over here. This is a real-time game of basically rolling dice and assigning them in space combat. You're going to be just rolling your dice, assign them to your board. You have your little plastic spaceships over here, and it's just the whole principle of it is it's real-time space combat for 1 to 4 players. And I'm intrigued by the 1 to 4 players because a real-time game with a solo mode that's normally cooperatively, very intrigued by that one. But it looks fun. They had this on crowdfunding a while ago. Definitely one that intrigues me. That is Starfighter's Rapid Fire.
30-minute play, it says.
This is yours.
This is mine. This is the My Little Pony RPG book. That's all. I believe these are, it's like a supplement book for it because they have a lot thicker of an RPG book that I wanted to start looking into it. And then the 2 things that are behind it are actually DM screens, which are things that you put out to do stuff behind it. But yeah, for My Little Pony, for those of you that enjoy My Little Pony, I do as well. And I'm going to be looking into their RPG system just to see what it's like, and then maybe more from there.
Then we have Revive Call of the Abyss. This is the expansion to Revive. This is one that was definitely highly sought out after the show, and I need to play Revive first.
Oh, so this is the expansion.
Yeah, different size box. But this one, again, just looks beautiful over here. Again, a game that's been very, very, very well done. 8.2 on BGG. I think I played that already, but one that definitely has a lot of people excited about it. I need to play the base game. That's the thing. Most of the games
when
we have.
When did Revive come out? Is it older?
No, I want to say earlier this year, maybe January.
Okay.
It might have been an Essen release. Okay. I believe the hype around Revive is primarily early in the year. That's like when Dice Tower West happened.
I've heard of it.
Oh, there's been some hype. Maybe end of last year, so maybe it was Essen.
Yeah.
Might have been an Essen release.
We gotta go to Essen.
Then we have over here, from Chili Fox Games, we have Footprints over here. I don't know a lot about this one over here, but this is, thousands of years ago, a new challenge awaits, the ice is melting, maneuver your way through this over here. I'm intrigued by this one. Chili Fox actually has a different game that I'm very interested in, which is the Snow something, I don't know. It's a roll and write as you wander along a river. I'm very intrigued by it. But I haven't played a ton of games from them, but I'm intrigued by that one. And then we have this game, which I don't even know what this is.
Little guy.
Was this from you?
No.
Where's this from?
I don't know.
It's called How Dare You. It's from...
I don't love the cover art.
Yeah. Oh, I hear you. Yeah, I hear that. Let's show you this cover art over here.
I don't know where that came from.
So this was literally, I found this after. I don't know where this is from.
Could it have been in that bag, the board game bags that we got?
But there's only one.
Oh.
This is a game from a reviewer Reggae from Align Games. No idea what this is. The party game you can play anywhere.
One time last year, I had someone literally put something into my bag. That I wonder if, as you're walking by, someone, like a publisher, dropped that into your bag.
I am intrigued by this. Give me a second. We're going to actually do
I did have that happen.
Tangent. Because the principle of this is intriguing. It's a game called How Dare You.
How dare they put that in your bag?
Nope, don't care enough. Meaning, I want to see whether I can immediately figure out how to play it, but I can't, so we'll look into it later.
Yeah.
But,
interesting.
Yeah, we'll see. There may be coverage in that one, there may not be. The way I work in general.
Yeah, we don't know where that came from.
If I didn't sign up for a game, I don't guarantee coverage. If I told you I would cover a game, I guarantee coverage. If it's a game I didn't ask for, I have no idea. Then we have Acquire over here. Acquire.
Yeah.
This is one. Have I reviewed Acquire on the channel?
I don't know.
I don't believe I have. I believe for WSPG, for the Real Series of Board Gaming, I was going to review all of them. And I think I reviewed like 14 of them by now, but I'm still missing Acquire, and I'm still missing Dominant Spaces Marine.
Will
that will
Acquire
never
be
happen.
in this year's WSPG?
Acquire, I believe, is in this year's WSPG, so I may try to review this anyway, but this is basically the newest version from Renegade Games. Renegade in general has been doing a lot of reprints of well-loved titles. They've been reprinting just a ton of stuff. They're doing Hasbro, they're doing Hero Quest as well, so a lot of things. This is trying to aim to bring you the production of one of the older Acquires, but in a more affordable box. I think Acquire is an excellent game. I don't know if this is one that sticks around forever, but I do certainly like it enough to give you to cover it. Like I've played this one. I had this in my collection for like maybe 3 to 4 years straight. Eventually I got rid of it because I think Indonesia is just so much better at that vibe of what it's doing in the mergers and acquisitions, but I think Acquire is much more accessible, so it's one that I wanted to do coverage on, but probably won't stick around. Then we have 2 more over here, and then we're done.
Well, I have one more.
You have one more. Ooh, he's saving for last. We have Legendary Encounters.
I couldn't see your pile, honestly, so I was just trying to jump in.
Hasten.
Yeah.
Legendary Encounters. This is one that I'm not sure about. I played Marvel Legendary, and I've enjoyed it, but that's kind of where it caps out. Marvel Legendary is not a game I feel the need to own, but I have heard from people that the other Legendary games, they have Buffy, they have Firefly, they have Matrix. I've heard from people that the other Legendary games are different and sometimes better depending on what level of complexity you're looking for.
And I believe the Encounters system is different.
Or the Encounters, that's what it is. So,
yeah.
So this is the Matrix one. Matrix is a theme I'm definitely fine with. I'm intrigued by what they do and whether or not I'll like it. I just don't know. The Upper Deck is a company. They have some things that I've really enjoyed and some things that I don't know. Like they do a lot of IP stuff. They have a good library behind them. But I'm intrigued as to I don't know. I'm intrigued. I want to see where this one goes.
Yeah.
Want to do yours?
No, why don't we do, yeah.
My last one is one that I'm actually really excited about. I never even heard of this until the convention. This is
Ooh.
Orion Duel. Yeah, I did not hear of this at all, but I really enjoyed playing this one. It is a 2-player abstract game. I thought it was really clever as far as the way you're basically laying down tiles in the space, but you're trying to there's 3 different win conditions, or to be more specific, there's 2 win conditions and 1 lose condition. So 2 ways to win, 1 way to lose, and you're trying to place tiles on the board to effectively create the map that favors you over your opponent. But the way you start placing tiles down creates these structures where you kind of force your opponent into just no-win situations. I played it once, I thought I had it, I lost. I was really impressed by this one. So Orion Duel First Contact, did not hear of it at all until Gencon, but I'm really excited about diving into this one.
Alright, do you want to start talking about this company?
Roll a crit!
This is a bag that they gave me.
Yes. So Rollerquit is a company that they do a lot of the Gen Con merch. They've done Heroes of Arcadia. They're run by the team behind Think Geek, the original Think Geek. They're run by that team, so they have a lot of. They're very into like geek merch and the geek world in general.
Heroes of Arcadia, and I got a bunch of other things to go with it. I'll show those off while Alex continues to explain.
It's a party game of dungeon exploration.
No, you can even explain more about what Rollerquit does, because they also do all of the merch for Gen Con and things like that. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I got this covered.
And also, if you may remember, Rollerquit is the team behind Think Geek that used to do the handbags of holding at events like PAX East and stuff like that back when they were still around. And if you remember the handbag of holding, it was amazing for conventions, and it had all of these different facets, and there was also a handbag of holding, and they are coming out with a Kickstarter soon, the next month or so, I think, or maybe the end of August. I think it was the end of August. I think it was actually August 28th, because I remember things like that. But they're doing a new handbag of holding, and we got to see a prototype of it, and I am so excited. It looks so cool. So if you're someone who needs a new board game bag that isn't one of those bigger bags, but more of a daily bag that's more of a messenger thing, it is wonderful. I loved seeing it.
Yeah, and this is the Heroes of Arcadia is it's a drinking game, it's a dungeon crawler, although it can be played without alcohol. So there are ways to tweak the game.
Here's a rolling tray that is so beautiful. Can you do the? Yeah, you're doing it anyway.
Okay.
Look at this rolling tray!
You're gonna have these mugs over here that represent your life to a degree as you're wandering around the dungeon, and so it has an interesting element of trying to be their goal. And this is a game that, to be very clear, instinctively I'm very dismissive of the game. I have not played it though, so I can't comment more than that. I just say instinctively I'm like, oh, it's a drinking game, it's not my jam.
Look at how this is sealed. It's sealed with a wax thing. It's a kind of magic portals. I'll open it for you guys.
Pouring.
Oh my gosh. You're right. I didn't even understand that.
But yeah, it's one that the goal was to be accessible and kind of get people into gaming by just like for those people who wouldn't necessarily dive into gaming.
Oh my gosh, look, it says coin info, solid iron.
Ooh, I want to try it. Where's the coin?
27 tons. Whoops, minus 5 HP.
It's not 27 tons, I'll tell you that much. It's a cool coin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna open the other one. There's two. This is
a nice coin.
a coin of conflict resolution. Look, this one's a...
This is a nice coin.
This is a gold seal.
Is it a gold coin? Let's set a blue seal, so I don't know if that matters.
Oh, I don't want to rip it because it had information. So this is a brass one. I drink, you drink.
Minus 5 HP or not. Oh, interesting.
I drink, you drink. I love that. And then another, I haven't played this game, but I know that part of it is how much you're drinking out of your glass. So if you see the glasses here that come with the game, I also got a pack of straws that kind of, you start where the drink is full, and then you can tell what your HP is at as you finish your drink. Do you see that? Like, you're down to 10 HP when there's,
Yep.
So that's Heroes of Bricadia.
But yeah, you have anything else? That's it.
I will be covering this one on my Instagram. I don't know if Alex said this part, but we got all different kinds of games for the things that we enjoy and things we would cover. Alex won't be covering this on Board Game Co. because a drinking game is not his
Not
jam.
necessarily. Drinking,
Maybe.
So the way, meaning, I instinctively, it's a game that is not my jam. Instinctively, it's a game that I'm not whatever. But if people, I know a bunch of people who have it and will be playing it, and if they're all like, hey, it's a good game, I'm happy to try it. In general, my approach to content creation is I say yes to things that are things that I would be tempted to buy, and I say no to things that I would not be tempted to buy because then I'm just not the target audience. And so I think I'm not the target audience for this game.
Yeah, so if you're interested in coverage for this one, it will be over on my Instagram. That's where you'll see it when I'm able to play it. And past that, if you do enjoy games like this, that like if I tell Alex that the mechanics are great and things like that, we were discussing that there are other things that you can do that aren't drinking that are just fun physical things, such as like holding an ice cube for 10 seconds in your hand or doing the cinnamon challenge and stuff like that. So there are other things that you can do, standing on your foot for a minute, things like that, that if you want to substitute things, if you guys are all working out people, do push-ups, whatever.
Yeah. But anyways, that is basically what we have over here.
I'm so sorry.
No, good. That's basically what we have as far as the Gencon haul. Again, you're going to expect to see coverage of these over the next, 2 months. A lot of these will be covered. I've already played around 15 or so of these. Some of them I've played enough to review. Most of them need more plays, though, so time will be taken. But expect coverage on these slowly but surely as the coming months go. I just wanted to give you a bit of a show, a bit of stuff like the things that were at Gen Con, things we're excited about. I don't know when, but either before or after this video, probably before this video, we did one of our weekly lives. We did a Gen Con recap where we talked about some of the games that we played that we didn't get to bring home with us. Some of the things we're excited about that we don't get to actually physically have here, and we'll talk about more of those in, well, a past weekly live video. You can check that out.
Probably and I would say if there are any of these games you really want to see Alex cover, put it in the comments below so that he knows which ones you guys want to see the most of. That might nudge you towards playing certain ones.
Yep.
I know you have your own schedule, but maybe.
I mean, I'd say more than even just playing. Even as I start to review these, there's still a scheduled order of when they come out. If I know certain ones of these you're looking for opinions on faster, by all means let me know because I will try to arrange the orders of these. Although Tesseract's going to be one of the first ones, I'll tell you that much. But anyways, that is basically it. Until next time, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co.
I'm Professor Meg.
And have a good one.
Bye.
And we're back. We both forgot something. We went to
I didn't forget. We didn't know where this was.
That's fair. No, Neopets we knew was going to happen at some point. And then Meg pointed out that I didn't talk about 20 Strong at all.
Yes.
Because we have a pre-production copy over here. This is pre-production.
Pre-production.
It's close to final, but not really. But we have a full pre-production copy of 20 Strong.
Show that off?
As well as this over here, which I definitely want to show you. I'm going to pull these out. This is basically promos for the upcoming Tanglewoods. If I can get these out of here.
Done by Manny Tremblay.
Done by Manny Tremblay over here. So there's some promo cards over here. Stay Golden. In the Appley dice step, you may -2 to change to mix up. I can't read it. Whatever. Either way, we have these over here. We have Belle, Rump, and Sprig over here.
So it's Rumpelstiltskin, Tinkerbell, and I think Jack and the Beanstalk. I don't know who has to do with the golden.
He has a golden goose.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Yeah. Oh, and here's Jack and the Beanstalk. See, we got on the other side. We got Stilts, Rump or Stiltskin. Okay. So Rumpelstiltskin.
Is it Tink?
We have Tinker or something else. Tink and Belle. And then Jack Sprig.
Okay.
Interesting. Cool.
And then the other thing was that Upper Deck announced a new Neopets card game. It's going to be called Battle Dome, and there's not a whole ton out there about it, but I did get this little pack for creators of the 4 promos. So you can see they're all foily, so they're super, super shiny. But for those of you that know Neopets, I got a Shoiryu, I got a paintbrush, and then even a rainbow Shoiryu, and then some of the fairies. It's super cute. And then this Grundo Warehouse has this thing to scratch off, so I think it'll have something that's more of an interactive thing, but super cool. I don't know anything about this yet or what will be happening.
They haven't released information.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can kind of guess from the structure of the cards, just to show it again. They do have certain statistics here, like fight, shield, and movement. And then different values, so you can kind of guess, but that's really all you can do for now. But I'm very excited, especially to see what these foils look like. I'm someone who loves Neopets. I died when I saw this.
Yeah, I'm not a Neopet person. Don't know much about it, so I'm not as excited.
Yeah, for you, it's just another card game.
Yeah, but it's probably, for me, the way I feel about Lorcana is probably the way you feel about this.
Yeah.
Which has both the, okay, it's a game, but also that nostalgic element. Yeah. But anyways, those are the last two things. And so with that, we're going to go ahead and head off.
Bye! See you next Gen Con!